It was 5 years ago. It was bullshit. They set me up. It was in a studio. It wasn't even a court.
He went to ESPN and choked. You know who he is. Yeah, he drove from Florida. He came from Florida.
There's a saying, pressure makes diamonds. But what happens when pressure breaks you? In the world of sports, confidence and mental toughness are just as important as talent. Anthony Miracola, a self-proclaimed best shooter in the world, found this out the hard way. This is the story of how he stepped onto a stage he thought he was ready for and got utterly humbled by an NBA legend, Kenny the Jet Smith. Anthony Miracola is no stranger to success. Over the years, he's become a household name in the niche world of basketball shooting records. His achievements are jaw-dropping: 31 three-pointers in a single minute, 93 three-pointers in 3 minutes, 67 free throws in just 60 seconds. These feats earned him a reputation as the world's best shooter, a title he wore proudly. But here's the thing. Breaking records in controlled conditions, alone in a familiar gym, with no distractions, is one thing. Competing in an unpredictable, high-pressure environment is another story entirely. And when Anthony was invited onto the set of NBA on TNT, he was about to learn this lesson the hard way. The TNT crew, consisting of Shaquille O'Neal, Charles Barkley, Ernie Johnson, and Kenny Smith, had seen their fair share of guests. But this wasn't going to be a typical segment. The plan? A head-to-head shootout between Anthony and Kenny Smith, a retired NBA sharpshooter who, even decades after his playing days, had something to prove. Before we dive into the showdown, let's talk about Kenny Smith. In the 1990s, Kenny was one of the NBA's premier sharpshooters. His resume speaks for itself. A key player in the Houston Rockets' back-to-back championships. A clutch performer who hit critical shots under immense pressure. Over the years, Kenny's competitive streak didn't fade. Even after retiring, he continued to challenge other greats to shootouts. Whether it was Danny Ainge, Michael Redd, or even Reggie Miller, Kenny held his own against some of the best shooters in NBA history. One by one, he defeated them all, proving that his touch hadn't disappeared. In one particularly memorable contest, Kenny even faced off against Jason the Jet Terry in a battle for the rights to the nickname Jet. Kenny emerged victorious, and his iconic chant, "What's my name?" as the ball swished through the net, became the stuff of legend.
You better come back over here.
Line.
You better come back over here. You better come back over here.
Okay,
Shoot again.
okay.
You better come back over here. Shoot again.
Yeah.
You better come back over here. I'm the Jet in here. What's my name? What's my name? What's my name? What's my name? What's my name, Chuck? Another one, Hal. Chuck, what's my name? Kenny the Jet Smith. What's my name? What's my name? What's my name? What's my name?
So when Anthony Miracola stepped onto the TNT set, he wasn't just facing a retired player. He was up against a man who had spent his life thriving under pressure. Kenny's experiences made him a legend, a man who thrived in the spotlight, while Anthony was about to confront the harsh reality of performing under intense scrutiny. The atmosphere on set was electric. Anthony, confident in his abilities, didn't realize he was walking into a psychological gauntlet. The crew, masters of trash talk, immediately started poking holes in his confidence.
It don't matter. You pick the spot. He the guest.
This right here?
Get this
Don't matter.
big man.
Oh, we don't touch the
No, we're not shooting free throws.
Want to shoot right here?
Shooting threes.
Right here?
from out
The
here,
NBA threes.
Oh, it's hard to argue though,
Yeah.
man.
Charles Barkley was the first to strike. Where you want to shoot from? Oh wait, it don't matter. Kenny's gonna beat you anyway. Shaq, ever the instigator, repeated Barkley's taunts, adding his own menacing presence to the mix. Standing at 7 feet tall, Shaq loomed like a shadow over the entire court, a larger-than-life figure ready to unsettle Anthony's focus. Anthony's first mistake came quickly. He mentioned the studio's low ceiling, suggesting it might interfere with his shot. The crew pounced. Barkley yelled,
It's tough because the art,
First
man.
one to what?
Hey,
First one to
listen,
three?
stop making excuses.
Yeah, we don't want to hear
I
that.
was shooting around, I almost hit the
It's all
ceiling a
you.
few
Wait,
times.
he's shooting on the
First one to
same
what,
gym
three?
you are.
The pressure was palpable, and Anthony hadn't even taken a shot yet. Kenny, ever the showman, decided to raise the stakes.
Yeah, first of
Okay.
three.
You going?
No, it's your welcome.
Just shoot?
Because
Okay.
if I make the first one, I won't put too much pressure on.
Okay.
It was a calculated move designed to unnerve Anthony further. Anthony's first shot, a miss. The silence that followed was deafening. Charles stared him down, unamused. Anthony's second shot, another miss. His once flawless form now looked shaky, betraying his crumbling confidence. Meanwhile, the TNT crew was relentless. Barkley shouted, "Man, this dude can't shoot." Shaq laughed, and Ernie tried to diffuse the tension with some light-hearted commentary. But the damage was done. Anthony's nerves were shot, and the contest hadn't even officially begun. Dressed in slacks and dress shoes, Kenny Smith didn't look the part of a basketball sharpshooter, but appearances can be deceiving. Once he stepped up to the line, it was clear why he'd earned the nickname the Jet. Kenny's first shot, swish, his second, swish, his third, swish. In just 3 shots, Kenny proved that some skills never fade. The TNT crew erupted. Barkley roared, "What's my name?" Shaq echoed, "What's my name?" Kenny didn't even need a 4th shot. The contest was over. Anthony, meanwhile, stood there in disbelief. The man who had shattered records in isolation had crumbled under the bright lights of national television. Kenny's dominance wasn't just about skill, it was about mental toughness, the ability to perform under pressure, and decades of experience that no amount of practice could replicate. The contest wasn't just a win for Kenny, it was a masterclass in handling pressure. For Anthony, it was a humbling moment, a stark reminder of the gap between greatness in isolation and greatness on the grand stage. Anthony's humiliation was swift and brutal. Social media exploded with reactions, memes, and commentary. This is why mental toughness is everything in sports. Kenny's swagger and Shaq's heckling, absolutely iconic. Anthony never had a chance. The mental game is just different for pros. But here's where the story takes a surprising turn. Months later, Anthony entered a high-stakes 3-point shooting contest, going head-to-head against former NBA and college stars. This time, he delivered. Anthony hit 43 out of 50 shots, taking home a $100,000 prize. It was a moment of redemption that showcased his resilience and determination. Even though he had faltered on national television, Anthony's journey didn't end there. He took the lessons from his humbling experience and used them to come back stronger. His redemption arc wasn't just about proving others wrong, it was about proving something to himself. What can we learn from this story? First, the mental aspect of sports is as crucial as physical skill. Talent can only take you so far without the ability to handle pressure. Second, never underestimate the competitive fire of a professional athlete. Even in retirement, their instincts remain sharp. And finally, redemption is always possible. Anthony's journey from humiliation to triumph is a testament to perseverance. For Kenny, the contest was another feather in his cap, a reminder that his legacy as a competitor is cemented. For Anthony, it was a pivotal moment, one that forced him to confront his weaknesses and emerge stronger on the other side. Now the question remains, will Anthony ever get a rematch? And if he does, can he rewrite his legacy against Kenny the Jet Smith? Stay tuned because this saga might just be far from over.